What is that Chris Brown song? What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Anita's Joint. Hashtag extended joint where every day is payday, baby. All right, we're celebrating Tigres' 7th championship. And, of course, Mexico once again just in general, they're their own currency, obviously. They put on their own selves. So, I mean, obviously, it's very easy for them. Well, Mexico's rise is inevitable, and we're witnessing it, obviously. Once again, more records were set in their league, in Mexico's league. And like I said, we always just going to utilize the divine feminine. Ascension is, what do you call it? Unnoticeable? Not unnoticeable. It's undeniable. There you go. The rise of Mexico's women's league is undeniable. Undeniable. Niggas are writing articles. We're gonna read this one article that popped up on the timeline, but also, of course, celebrate the 7th championship for Tigres. Do you know how amazing that is? To be able to witness, a team, your team, our team, get another title, right? But we're gonna identify key archetypes, but mainly center the ones that were key, obviously. We're gonna look at Aaliyah Farmer because, if you don't know, this is her first season in Mexico, and she's from college. She's a Mexican American. We're gonna go through her Wikipedia. Yes, Wikipedia. We're not. We tap into the energetic thing. We don't really have to do. We just go off the energetic blueprint of her stats. This is how we're able to, like my ability to do what I do. Through the mechanisms of the realm of sport is quite incredible. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, Tigres don't win a 7th championship without Aaliyah Farmer in the back line for Tigres, obviously. It's you can't not credit her. Like I said, you can't not credit her. Honestly, obviously. And we know Jenni is the face of the team. Really. Which is no problem. But we got to talk about the other Aaliyah Farmer and what she represents, not for girls that just look like her, for archetypes like me. Obviously. Hold on, let me do something, y'all. I forgot I have so many tabs open. And sometimes, let's see, what's going on. YouTube is now receiving. Okay. I do a pilot. Okay, well, damn. Let's see, YouTube. How you feeling? How are we feeling? If not, I may have to restart. Okay. All right, whatever. Anyways, let's get it. Like I said, I just want to celebrate Tigres today. I just want to celebrate them, celebrate Aaliyah Farmer, celebrate Kgatlana, for sure. Amplify their currency, because I mean, like I said, Kgatlana single-handedly scored the 2nd goal for the girls in the comeback. Right, Mayor started the 1st goal. Kgatlana came on and scored, and you saw how when Pedro came in, we started seeing things change. And I found out something crazy too. Natalia Colin's only 20, and and like she's been playing since she's been 20 since 2021 and from Tulica. She's another American Mexican that they have that Mexico has in general. Okay. Dual citizens, and this energy, the Aquarian energy through the realm of football, is manifest in dual citizenship. Dual citizenship players, archetypes leading their other side of their other energy that they represent, just as America, just as good as America. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's great. It's great to see. But also we have full Mexican players that also are just as influential. But when we talk about Aaliyah Farmer, Tigres, and what she represents, she's a Mexican American. What she represents, because she's the first of her archetype as well. Like, we don't see how many Aaliyah Farmers we got in Mexico. Please raise your hand if you do know. And in a key, and like I said, in a key vital position, not just any position, of a key, the CDM, the central defensive midfielder, and Pedro pretty much played her as a center back, right next to Greta. Our most stable, our second most, well, Greta is like the top. When it was first year, it was like Greta and Christina, right? And they were the two center backs I met when I first watched this team. So now it has evolved to Greta and Farmer, right? And this is Farmer's first year. Now we're gonna look into who she is from her college, because this is the only information we have on her based upon prior matches. And then we got to see Farmer in the opening season, and then of course all the way now, bam, we're champions. We're champions, nigga, champion, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? Beat Club, like I said, and like Club America. I mean, nigga, they were up 3-0. Yeah, y'all all saw the game. They were up 3-0. 3-0. They didn't close the curtain. Like, we watched it. We all watched it. Y'all saw. Anyways, 2.8. It was crazy because this number 2.88. Even though we talk about where's my book here? Hold on. Once again, shout out to Zachary K. Hubbard for writing number games 9/11 to the pandemic, the coronas. Okay. Geometry effect news. But anyways, I read his book, right? But as we always use things as mirrors, polarities, equilibrium. The 2.88 came up twice. So pretty much we're going to look into, Tigres have already broken, Mexico League, y'all's currency. I guess me too, because I just didn't recap matches the way I do now from 2022. We're in 2025 now. Y'all set a record of, obviously, spectators watching the final. And y'all set another record too, but in a cross-platform. And y'all have people writing articles about y'all in a way that we're gonna read into. Someone called y'all a multicultural league. I didn't say it. I mean, we've been talking about how Mexico is more open to different expressions of divine feminine energy, obviously. You have other archetypes, not just me now talking about it in that way. So I think that was amazing. And because that's what y'all league is reflecting to us as a mirror. So people people have the language to write about this. But like I said, Tigres are champions again, 7 times. Obviously the greatest. Farmer though in the back line, CDM to a center back right next to Greta, and we have Annika Lopez. Shout out to Lopez too. Lopez really did hold it down. Well, we gotta talk about Aaliyah Farmer though. There's no getting to the final. Jenni can't fucking have the ball as much as she has if Farmer's not disrupting Greta back there too. But let's talk about Aaliyah Farmer. If we don't got Aaliyah Farmer, we're not where we are right now. I'm just gonna be real. Think about her archetype. Long leg, tall. Like I said, and she represents Mexico. She's a Mexican international, nigga. First year, she was in college. She's a Mexican American, nigga. Do you understand? But she's one of our girls. You know what I'm saying? Like Nita, like, you know what I'm saying? So do you know how important that is to me? Like, we have Kgatlana. I'm of course, obviously, the love is still the same. But for Mexico to have that representation is very, very important, especially for the most champions, 7-time champions. And you see how already like, I know that we're still learning how to talk about archetypes like Farmer to the collective because it's new. But just the same passion, just the same love. We talk about Jennifer and Jenni, Mayor. We can talk about Kgatlana, but we got to think about Farmer. And like I said, think about the defensive for Mexico. So we have Rebecca Bernal. We got Kay Bernal, but Kay Rodriguez from Club America, now Farmer, Greta. Like I said, we need defensive archetypes. And the really important or cool thing about Mexico having this archetype, having Farmer, having a defensive anchor now, like I said, you're ahead of the game. Canada has another anchor, which happens to be on our team too, Manchester City, women, and Jade Rose. You think about Aaliyah Farmer and Jade Rose, archetypes parallel. They both came to teams that needed their archetype very, very well. Defensively, intuitive. You know what I'm saying? We need players that can disrupt these creators, that has the length to step in, because, you know, their length allows them to collapse space when they're running back, right? Especially against these quick ass forwards, right? And their height allows them to see and, you know, see above the field, be able to defend a lot better, I think. And like I said, be an aerial threat as well. If you're taller than most players, you're an aerial threat, right? So we have Jade Rose, a Canadian player. And then we have Aaliyah Farmer, a Mexican-American international, playing for Tigres, right? And pretty much playing a key role for Tigres stability-wise. Like I said, her and Greta held the back line down, right? But Farmer, no. How clutch was Farmer? In her first year, because I'm just saying, there's no way Greta and Christina are getting this through. There's no way it's happening. There's no way. What's the thing that changed defensively? What's the main thing? Because we weren't going to do it. Ain't no way we're doing this with Greta, Christina. I'm just saying, we had it. We just got Farmer. And obviously we got Jenni for the season. Diana, Maria came back. All these archetypes. Yes. Very key, influential. Yes. See. But their offense, nigga. Their offense. Okay? Their offense. They have to play offense. These are the people that have to produce the goals. Y'all got to make the assists. Y'all got to tiki-taka. But who's the hollers in the back? Who's got to defend Sarah and Scarlett and Charlene and Luce and Jackie, all these archetypes, we have so many, like I said, the defensive archetype has to be born now. We have to start putting attention on the defenders, because like, who's actually going to defend these players? Because it's like, we're not going to get goals. I mean, we are going to get high scoring games, but in big moments, 1v1, you need that player to stay in front of her, right? Well, how many big moments did we see in this whole tournament? Had some really big moments. I mean, there was a lot. I mean, so I can't call out which one, but Farmer definitely had some. I can't myself call out it, but I remember. But like I said, we're champions. Obviously, we're celebrating. Mexico, y'all's ability, like y'all's availability on the internet, on YouTube, apparently on Facebook, on also other websites, but mainly Facebook. I saw articles, Facebook's, YouTube, for sure. That's how I watch y'all. Y'all's visibility is making y'all are leading. Like I said, when they say the last shall be first, nigga, I think Mexico was the most visible league, but in last place. When you think about the big European leagues, like, they're visible, but Mexico's visible too, but they were like on the last. And now, like, it's flipped on its head, or it's like, because the collective is leading now and not corporations. You're seeing in the numbers. America, you know what I'm saying? We looked at individual stats compared to, obviously, Mexico stats, even in this final, and they kicked their ass pretty much. Y'all reported like 1.5 million. Mexico got just 2.8 million just on cross-platform streaming. It's crazy, niggas. So they kicked your ass just on crossing. Like I said, that's how y'all want to play, because y'all can, like I said, that's why they can consolidate the resources. Like I said, we had 2.8 billion, and we had 2.8 million currency out there compared to individuals 1 point whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's a hell of a lot more energy. And imagine if we combine that shit. And you know what I'm saying? But nah, the niggas is like, nah, we don't want y'all no more. So hey, look, it is what it is. Wait, okay. All right, let's get into some articles. And just celebrate, obviously, they got 7 championship. Aaliyah Farmer, Kgatlana, all the ladies, Jenni, everyone's so important to us. So this is the one we're gonna really cool. Wait, hold on. I gotta find it. But this is the one I saw because this is the latest one. Let me see. Hold on. I'm so excited, y'all. Okay, is this it? Oh yeah, this is it. You know, it brings me All right. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, so it said. Well, y'all see what it says, especially if you understand how to read in Spanish, obviously. Well, it says women's soccer gains visibility in Mexico and the world. Now, this article was written yesterday, and this is where I saw some numbers, and I was like, oh hell, look at y'all. And then we got some more information. Women's soccer maintains its growth as it becomes a sector in the industry that was slow to gain followers, but once it did, it continues to rise sharply. The most specific case is reflected in the recent final Liga MX Femenil. Tigres and América competed. Two of the clubs that have been given the pink circuit, the most serious, and set the example that is taking steps forward. Okay. It says the crossing between Amazonas and the Eagles, it reached no less than 2.8 million people that followed it on different platforms because it must be clarified. That said, meeting was what the fuck? Oh, see, look at the Google translation. How y'all just gonna refresh on a nigga like that? All right, the crossing between Amazonas and Eagles is reached no less than 2.88 million people. That they followed it on different platforms because it must be clarified that said meeting, the clarified meeting, the broadcast on open television, pay television, YouTube, and other streaming platforms. So in different parts of the world, the definition of Mexican championship could be seen. Okay, y'all got that? You understood that? Pretty much. Okay, but that's the key. They had it. This is where they broadcasted Liga MX Femenil, Amazon, Tigres, and Club America on, they say, open television, paid television, YouTube, and other streaming platforms. So in different parts of the world, the definition of the Mexican championship could be seen. And it was like that because Liga MX Femenil has become a multicultural championship. See, someone said this shit. This is in bold, nigga, just to emphasize. You ever read something, they're like, hey, niggas, when you pay attention to the shit that's in bold. Okay. And it was like that because the Liga MX Femenil has become a multicultural championship that has opened its doors to players of practically all nationalities. In fact, in this series, there were players of various nationalities, such as Mexican, American, Spanish, Brazilian, French, and even South African. So it was intuited that at least in those countries, some relative of the players was on the lookout for this meeting. Constant progress, but you see that, you peep the rhetoric, right? So intuitively, that at least in those countries, some relative of the players was on the lookout for this meeting. A lot of countries. So you know how America, America talked about how they have 43 countries of nationalities tuned into their stuff too? Same. Constant progress. In fact, the regular phase of the Apertura 2025 marked a growth in the power of reach that women's soccer in our country had. Okay, so this guy's in y'all's country, okay? After the 17 days that had played, it says, after the 17 days that were played between the 18 teams of the Liga MX Femenil. According to figures that the leagues itself released, the increase in the regular phase was almost 5 million views. Damn, compared to the Apertura 2024, which until now has been the tournament with the highest audience with a record of 15.76 million fans. Goodness gracious. Y'all out here. Okay. I think we likewise. Oh, my bad. An important factor for growth and an important factor for the growth of women's soccer is Mexico. Oh, no, an important factor for the growth of women's soccer in Mexico and that it can have greater visibility is without a doubt the fact that more platforms have joined in its dissemination. What the fuck? One of them, Football, which is an initiative that aims to bring women's soccer closer to established audience and attract more viewers by strengthening its digital presence. Likewise, the match that in the regular phase registered the largest audience was none more than National Classic América vs. Chivas, played in match day 11 at the Sitio de los Deportes Stadium, which had an audience of 1.26 million spectators. Damn, Club of America and Chivas. See, Chivas, this is why y'all need to get some players, bro. Nigga, y'all pulling them. That's why Chivas, come on, nigga. People still showing up for Chivas. They don't care, nigga. They don't care. That's why y'all need to get some players, Chivas. Y'all need to stop playing around. Y'all better stop Chivas right now, cause like it's like they got to the semifinal, but I'm just like, damn, Chivas, y'all need to be in y'all need to be in the discussion more. If y'all pulling that type of, y'all was the biggest people. I don't even, you know what I mean? Come on now, come on, give the people something to talk about. Prior to the second leg of the final between Tigres and América, Michael, president commissioner of the Mexican Soccer Federation, he highlighted this growth that favors women's soccer. This league has an impressive record. In 1 year, they doubled the number of eyes on television. The rating doubled. Today, we're through 11 windows in different modalities. Of course, the fans in the city of Monterrey are an international example because all the tickets have sold and we closed 5% more in audience than last season, said the manager. Growth in the world, and that in women's soccer is breaking barriers in practically the entire world because the tournament that are played gain prestige and attract both men and women, as well as new fans on site and in other latitudes. The last Women's World Cup that held 2023 in Australia and New Zealand brought with it records that confirmed. Oh my gosh! Hold on, brought within records that confirmed. Brought in records that confirmed the growth and penetrating power that women's soccer has around the world. For example, said championship, the International Federation of Associated Football, oh Lord, FIFA, Lord have mercy, highlighted that there were more than 2,000 million viewers in audience, which translates into more than double what has had in the 2019 World Cup in France. So double. So it went from 1,000 to 2,000 million viewers in currency, nigga. So that's how many eyes watched that World Cup. And me personally, I couldn't even tap in that much. So even without me, but like I said, 2,000 million viewers worldwide to watch the World Cup. It's very good. It's very good. Listen, nigga. And if you think, oh, that's bad, or that's not as good as such and such, nigga, fuck you. Likewise, The match between China and England in the first phase was the duel. They had record the largest audience, 53.9 million viewers. Okay, interesting. We don't want to. I guess, anyways. Another tournament that is followed worldwide is none other than the Women's Champions League, which has grown astronomical steps. In fact, the company Dance reported that the last final that was played in the month of May between Arsenal England and Barcelona Spain had reached 3.6 million viewers in the world. Yeah, everyone saw that artificial ass match. And see, that's the downside of having all those viewers. Y'all had all them niggas, and then we all saw a rigged match. Yep. And then that's how y'all just continue to, like I said, we all know Barcelona never lost to Arsenal. The fuck out of here. But we all saw that. Like I said, they just like the final, anyways. But you can. I don't know. It just upsets me sometimes. Cause it's like, nah, nigga, that game wasn't even a final. That game was rigged. Arsenal was trash. Barcelona, obviously, no one's beating Barcelona without help. That's how I should read it. That's how I should stay it as. Yeah. No one can beat, like I said, Barcelona came to Mexico, and listen, Barcelona been in Mexico this preseason. They didn't go to no damn England. Where has Barcelona been these last 3 preseasons? In Mexico. Barcelona's like, yo, we want to play y'all's all-stars. Nigga, look, like I said, 3.6 million viewers between Barcelona and Arsenal in the Women's Champions League to see the distortion. Pretty much, like I said, in the physical, the Matrix is like, the system, I should say, the Matrix, the system, they crowned Arsenal, but energetically, we crowned Barcelona, because it's like, there's no need to, like, just let the players play, but y'all can't have that. Y'all can't have that. Y'all have to have control. And that's what people will have to just realize. And that's why you don't see the Champions League on YouTube no more. It's behind closed doors. So have fun with that. That 3.6 million, y'all ain't gonna get that again. It's gonna be all behind closed doors on a paywall. But anyways, let's go down here. There is no doubt women's soccer is gaining around. It does so strongly, and traditions and emerging platforms, everything serves to make the sport and the talent of the players known here and anywhere in the world. Right? We might read some of these articles right here, but let's go into the main girl of the stream, Aaliyah Farmer. So Aaliyah Farmer right here. Aaliyah Farmer signs with Tigres Femenil. Now we never I don't even know if I made a video on her signing, honestly. But this is her from her Trojan profile. Okay. Okay, hold on, let me give me a sip of my lemonade real quick. We're gonna be here for a good time, not long. No, for a good time, because I mean I'm not doing anything. I mean, I'm celebrating Tigres, and I mean, hopefully you are too. I mean, the champion don't stop. I mean, just because everyone has so much content out on the streets. Yeah, we gonna have some videos. We got videos from the players, videos from other. We gonna roam the streets, post Liga MX final, post Tigres championship, see what's going on. I'm already seeing Hernandez might dip out to fucking Boston. Is that what I saw? Yeah, so Hernandez may link up with Barbara in Boston, because she may be out Club America. Hey, so like I said, anyways, shout out to her. Hernandez, like I said, damn, Club America, y'all should have went out. Hey, look, Club America, look, see, I wouldn't be here if Tigres never won. Anyways, so here's Aaliyah Farmer. Let's get it. Let me get my lemonade. Hold on. I'm so excited. just keep going. Hold on now. I know I got a straw in here. Oh, momento. Sorry. Come on now. Aaliyah Farmer's stuff is easy. It's when you actually get to break down her archetype, it's like, damn, of course she is. When you actually break down what she is, and you think about our team, think about Tigres' team defensively. We're gonna look at their team as well. Look at the players we have. All right. It says after us. Oh, shit. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. And you're like, okay, let me go to her Wikipedia real quick too. Farmer, here you are. This is what Wikipedia has on her, just real quick. Farmer grew up in California with 3 sisters, and she is of Mexican descent on her mother's side and African American on her father's side. Oh, now they put that in there. I didn't put it in there. They told us. Wikipedia told us that. Okay. So, anyways, Los Angeles, after a stellar senior campaign in which she led USC to the Big Ten title and earned all Big Ten tournament recognition, Aaliyah Farmer has signed a professional contract with Tigres of Liga MX. All right, so she came in a winner. I didn't know she won the Big Ten title. She came in winning the title, nigga. No way. Farmer was a standout holding midfielder. I swear, didn't I must have read about her. I must have talked about her. There's no way I missed her. But now it's like, anyways, we get to talk about her again. Farmer was a standout holding midfielder for a majority of the 2024 season and also played some defender for the Trojans women's soccer team, which also helped them post the best winning percentage in program history, .870. That's amazing. And earned their first ever number 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. Damn. With Farmer leading the charge, USC posted 11 shutouts on the year and held opponents to .83 goals per game. The senior midfield appeared in all 23 games for the Trojans, making 19 starts and playing a total of 1,729 minutes, which was good for third on the team and second among field players. She played a full 90 minutes. She played full 90 minutes 9 times, including every minute of both Big Ten and NCAA tournaments. It says Farmer was also a potent offense threat, dishing out 3 assists and scoring 1 goal during her senior season. For her career, Farmer played all over the field for the Trojans. Damn, Farmer. Compiling 9 goals and 9 assists over the course of her 4 years, at Troy, she produced her highest offensive output during her sophomore season in 2022, scoring 5 goals and recording 1 assist, while serving mainly as a forward for USC. The Tristan, California native, appeared in 80 games total for her career and made 63 starts, with a total of 5,727 minutes logged on the pitch. It says, located in the city of Los Nicolas de los Garza, Tigres is one of the founding clubs of Liga MX Femenil, which started in 2016 and are the most successful club in history of the league, winning a total of 6 titles. It says Farmer joins a club that finished runner-up to rivals CF Monterrey in the last league's tournament. She is one of the 2 players born in the United States listed on Tigres roster. Once again, this is Farmer from when they signed. Well, this is what Aaliyah Farmer signs with Tigres in Liga MX. I mean, so I found out she won the Big Ten title. Wow. And like I said, look at this. And they earned their first ever #1 seed. And like literally, she said with Farmer leading the charge, nigga. The Trojans 11 shutouts. 11 shutouts. She held opponents .83. Nigga, you couldn't even get a goal. Her senior year was her breakout year. Had to be her senior year. All right. Let's go over here. Farmer. Oh, wait. Let's watch this. Let's watch this video real quick. Hold on. I need a Wikipedia. Wikipedia. All right, let's watch this video. Oh, I'm trying. Hold on, my bad. Let me get the audio. I apologize.
Oye, English? What do you feel about this championship? What does it mean to you?
This championship means a lot to me. Last year, this time, we had a good season. We went to Rayadas to play there and we lost. And I think for me, there's always been a memory of what it means and what it takes to be in the finals. And today we did it. It wasn't an easy season also. But thank you to all the girls for all the work that they put throughout the season. And thank you to the coaches and the technical team for taking care of us to arrive here.
You were the player that changed totally the game last Thursday, and now today you have some minutes. But I think that definitely it was fundamental. It was very important to you to do that. No?
Yeah, I think.
First of all, think about it. Out of everyone in the whole stadium, post game commentary with Kgatlana, her English isn't so bad, you know what I'm saying? You can see her like getting the words together, and I think that's so cool because think about it. Kgatlana that's not her first language, and the girl that's talking to her, that's not her first language. So who technically are they talking to? The international audience? They talking to us? Well, then again, it's like because Kgatlana is not from Mexico. But anyways, English is the proper way. But I think, like I said, anyways. So she asked Kgatlana about, her second goal, obviously, was very important. Kgatlana came up clutch. Kgatlana got clutch. Literally, she did it. Literally. Did y'all see what she did? She was on international break and she scored the game-winning goal. I think I retweeted it. And then once again, in the final, after Mayor scored, who scored the second goal? Kgatlana. We may watch some replays, but she had to drive from halfway field 1v1. I mean, she had to score. She had to score. You know what I mean? And like I said, when it comes to when we had me official, and then I think Tigres had me official and then Kanu and then Kgatlana, right? So when it came to Kgatlana, like she's very, like I said, she's a cobra, she's a lethal. She's deadly. Like would we be here if Kgatlana didn't score that second goal? And then Jennifer closed it. But it was 3-3, right? And we made it out of there. We made it out. We made it outside. We made it back. Because that game, honestly, y'all, we were supposed. Oh my god, we were supposed to go home with our heads down, tail tucked in. Like, ain't no way we coming back on the second leg. Nigga, we went home like, oh my God, we tied. They tied, bro. My yours goal was so clutch. Every goal was so clutch because they had to do it. They had to make a comeback. It was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, come on now. Oh yes, okay. Let's read.
I think it was very difficult to come from behind, but we always say that with Perfil Tigre, and I think everyone just showed that how much we wanted this championship. And when the coach came this season, he said that we want to be a champion team, and every single day we're going to build until we arrive here. First, we had to be number one on the log to get a home final with our fans, and I think that really helped us because we arrived here.
How would you define Perfil?
Damn, Kgatlana's the perfect person. That's amazing to start off. I know they probably interviewed. We're gonna see. This video has other players in the interview. But yeah, thanks hearing from Kgatlana first to set the tempo. Cause think about it, I've heard in some of the vlogs we've heard Kgatlana lead the group in conversation in a collective pregame. And listen, let me tell you something funny. Because sport now is more accessible, especially because you know how especially in American media, during the intimate moments of the game, they go in and they ask the coach and player stuffs, or they not go in, but sometimes they do a little press game, talk to the coach how they think, and same with the players. But there was a vlog because I was talking about how Tigres do the vlog, and I think that's amazing. So Man City did one behind the scenes, right? And I saw, or not behind the scenes, I don't know how I saw this, but you got to hear Andre talk in the huddle, in the locker room, and the boy was flunked out. His English was all, like I said, nah, bro. I don't know how they even learned from that nigga. I don't know how. He doesn't even sound like. I'm just like, is this your motivation? This your motivation? How you motivating with that type of rhetoric? I don't know. It was flunked out. So I was like, see, for certain teams, having that behind the scene preview is not good for their club because we'll start to understand the ideologies and rhetoric that they're giving the ladies. We're like, you sound like a deep to eat. So, when we get it from Tigres, I've heard, if you watch the vlogs, sometimes they give us that intimate moment, before the game in that locker room. And that talk, the pregame talk. I know they talk a lot, but that one, the videos that we do get, because like I said, they don't gotta give a shit technically, but the fact that we do get that shit, and those are some key moments as a collective. Like I said, a collective energy field. We're not diagnosing the individual, we're reading the collective, because that's what you like. You like football. You like football because of the sport. You like the collective you like football soul. You like the whole thing. That's 11 players, and then you have the individual footballers, but you like football in general, as a collective, as a soul. So yes, anyways, shout out to Kgatlana. I don't it's kind of good to hear from her first. Set the tempo. It's set the tempo of the everybody gives a different perspective of, and so she said that it was important to get a home final. I didn't think about it like that either. It was important to get the home final. That's true.
I can't even define it. I think if you don't know what Perfil Tigre is, go back, look at the highlights of the game on Thursday, and it'll show you what this team stands for and its people.
Thank you, congratulations. Recién llegaste para este torneo, tú mencionabas que querías volver porque querías volver a sentirte feliz, coronarlo con este campeonato, sin duda alguna te tuvo que hacer feliz, ¿no?
Sí, claro que sí, como dicen en inglés, ese es el cherry on top, es algo que fue mi objetivo cuando regresé a jugar aquí a Tigres, y sabía que con la afición, que con mis compañeras, con el sentimiento que es jugar y representar a Tigres, sabía que lo iba a lograr, y creo que hoy el ganar un campeonato me hace cumplirlo de una manera diferente, con aún más felicidad.
María, quizá tal vez mucha gente decía que sin Lisbeth Valle este equipo perdería potencia, pero la realidad es que no, terminan como una de las más goleadoras, terminas con 3 asistencias también en esta liguilla. ¿Para qué está Tigres? Por supuesto ahora que no está Lisbeth Valle en el equipo.
Sí, creo que Tigres siempre busca tener a jugadoras como la calidad de Lisbeth Valle. Creo que eso lo demostró cuando rompió un récord al salir de Tigres, pero creo que eso te habla del tipo de jugadoras que tiene Tigres femenil. Tigres busca siempre ser campeón, siempre tener las mejores jugadoras y creo que el poder ser parte de este equipo, también para las jugadoras nos sentimos como que somos una parte de este gran proyecto.
Un regreso soñado de película, ¿no?
Claro que sí, no lo podía imaginar de una mejor manera.
Decía mi compañero de las asistencias de liguilla, pero no solamente en la liguilla, sino en todo el torneo, la jugadora de Tigres con más asistencias, regresar para este torneo como refuerzo. ¿Cómo se hace sentir el coronarlo con este campeonato, pero sin duda alguna también todo lo que significó el torneo Apertura 2025 para ti?
Sí, claro. Creo que siempre estar a disposición de donde me toque estar. Sé que muchas veces pues las goleadoras se llevan, una gran parte de la atención, pero para mí siempre ha sido ser esa jugadora que asiste a mis compañeras, que busca crear jugadas y que aunque no me toque ser la luz quizás, siempre estar a disposición de donde yo pueda ser efectiva.
En México, Jenni. ¿A qué sabe ser campeón en México? No para llorar porque, como lo he dicho también antes, pues son pequeñas superaciones que he tenido conmigo misma. Llevo mucho tiempo como trabajando el que no tenemos que demostrar a nadie más que a nosotras. El seguir por nuestros sueños, el seguir peleando por lo que quieres sin hacer caso a lo que digan o el que podrán decir. Y hoy creo que más que un título es una superación personal. Jennifer, lo has ganado todo en la Liga de España, un campeonato del mundo, también Champions, pero ahora en la Liga MX se te había negado poquito, pero por fin lo puedes concretar y es con Tigres.
Pues sí, tú lo has dicho. Ojalá me quede todavía bastante tiempo por disfrutar del deporte, del fútbol, pero como tú lo has dicho, el no ganar en México era una espinita que tenía ahí y qué mejor que con el equipo que, pues como lo dije, quería, ¿no? Y siento Tigres en el corazón y hoy pues estoy muy feliz de poder haber conseguido con estas compañeras que son la hostia. Y lo voy a decir alto porque me gusta, porque soy campeona de puto México.
It's everything. I think through the beginning of the year, I think we worked for this moment, and yeah, I'm just super excited to win.
It was very important to come with the last game, no? When you guys pumped.
Yeah, I think it just shows our character, coming down from a 3-0 win. It's not a lot of teams can do, and I think it just shows how much we just brought to the table and how much we wanted to win. So, yeah.
What can you say to the people who was here supporting the team? What can you say to them?
No, we love you guys. We wouldn't have been here without you guys, and with all the support, it just made this happen. So thank you.
Thank you.
Igual quien lo merece, quien trabaja para ganarlo. Obviamente nos ha dolido los torneos anteriores que no lo ganamos. Ahorita, obviamente, nos quedamos con esa espinita por siempre, las revanchas en un futuro. Seguramente pasarán otras cosas, pero nosotros estamos aquí y ahora.
¿Cuál es el secreto para mantener siempre la confianza? Porque te vimos siempre alentando al equipo.
Pues yo creo que el trabajo, el estar concentradas cada minuto, sabíamos que en cualquier momento ellas podían haber tenido alguna llegada, algún tiro, algún centro. Sabemos que América no es un equipo fácil, obviamente vino a hacer lo suyo, se controló de cierto modo con toda la táctica que pusimos, pero yo creo que la concentración y el luchar y esa garra que se tiene este equipo fue fundamental.
Oye, Ceci, ¿cuánto es de la gente?
Gracias, Grace.
Everyone wants to know from the players after the match, right? Everyone wants to talk to them. They wanted to hear their post-game commentary, bro. They wanted to know, how does it feel? What is it like? What's your emotions? We got to hear from a lot of them. A lot of different expressions. Kgatlana, Farmer, Jenni, Santiago, Maria. And that's that's Mexico. Damn, Mexico. That's y'all niggas. That's y'all niggas. You know what I'm saying? This is what y'all created. A reflection of the collective, right? It's a reflection of collective, right? Football is a mirror, reflection of us together, mingling, parlaying, partaking, and through the observation, through the beauty of the beautiful game, football. You know what I'm saying? Simple, very simple, right? This sport, football. But then it gets deeper. All right, but let's get back to Farmer, bro, because y'all got a little bit of the video. So if you're not really here for you gotta get to know. Well, I guess I'll read this article, but no, let me get back to Farmer a little bit. Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna show y'all this stat. Okay, yes. So you saw the stats of Farmer, and she's a Big Ten champion. Oh, I didn't know she came in a champion. That's crazy. All right, we saw that. Yeah, so I guess we can read more of her Wikipedia. I mean, this is based upon what we have of Farmer. Like I said, if you watch her play, you know about her. Have you watched her Aaliyah Farmer play? You should know about her archetype, how important she is, how many big saves she's made. She's only gonna get better. Like I said, she's only gonna get better because the defense isn't 100% shape. In the way we play right now, like I said, Jenni's think about. I didn't know Jenni was that quote unquote old. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hold on, Jenni, you're 35, fam. Like that's crazy. Pedro shaped. We had Kgatlana, we lost Jackie, but we got Diana, Maria Sanchez, Kgatlana, really, Jennifer. But in the midfield, it was all Jenni. Our best midfield was Jenni, Mayor, and Delgado, right? That ended up being our best midfield. Right. Barber came in key moments. Started to see more of the team. But in that back line, because he was playing, I don't think, I'm trying to remember when Farmer eventually became like officially a center back. It had to be early in the season because we got to see a lot of Natalia Cullen in the lineup too. And she doesn't play like a 20-year-old because she's been playing since she's been 2021. So that's why I was like, she oozes confidence. But she's a great archetype of a silent but deadly archetype defensively for Mexico in general. And she's another Mexican American. So, but with Farmer being so dominant, especially in the air, it brings another threat to opposition. And I imagine Farmer will start to be more of an aerial force because I just have a feeling she'll just get better, like in the air. And because I just don't see there's not too many tall players in the league like that. And and with Diana there, the ball has a greater and Maria Sanchez. You think about the archetypes that we have. We have Maria Sanchez. This archetype is known as a wing, is known for her crossing ability. So people in the air, you need people that are in the air to hit it, right? And Farmer being her height, it's just a simple comparison. A simple. And we talked about Linda Salcedo, how her archetype is only 20, but they still need opportunity. They still need seasons to play. All right, let's go. All right. Let's go to the Wikipedia. Oh my god. Aaliyah Farmer. All right. Aaliyah Farmer. October 27, 2023. We know that Tigres was her first professional contract, right? Let's see. It says grew up in Tustin, California, with 3 sisters. She is of Mexican descent from her mother's side and African American on her father's side. She attended Villa Park High School in Villa Park, California, where she starred on the soccer team and played volleyball for 1 season. She also played the Slammers FC. Interesting. Slammers FC, currently known as Slammers FC, is an American youth club based in Newport Beach, California. Okay, it's a member of the Elite Clubs National League, ECNL. Interesting. So you start to identify her pathway to becoming the anchor nigga for fucking Tigres' new era. And she's a new archetype. Like I said, Mexican American, melanated woman, and she's a defensive player. And like I said, it's very key because it's like Mexico don't need more offensive players. They actually need a defensive player. And y'all got Rebecca Burnell. I really like watching Kay Rodriguez in the final. She's so like she's non-show. I'm not here to fuck around. She's all business, so she's badass. And Farmer is another expression of y'all's defense. And you get some more players. We see young Mia coming through. She's gonna go to college. But just in general, we need right now, currently for Mexico, we need predominant, not just like dominant people. We need dominant defenders. Now there's too many offensive great players. We need dominant defenders. Like we need players that we know that are gonna hold down that line. It is what it is. You have to have them. Like, so that's why it's key to I start to identify archetypes that are gonna get it done, and it's proven. It's proven. It's proven in her already. Well, in her last season, it clicked for her. She helped the team win the Big Ten title. Nigga, you did your job in your conference. You did the job. You couldn't win the NC. You couldn't win the whole thing. Cool. But whatever. You did what you need to do in your league, nigga. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas can't say that shit. Like, not a lot of niggas can say that. So then you come over here. You're like, all right. You come to Mexico. And then what? And then the other Pedro, didn't Mexico like go on an undefeated streak? Nigga, we ain't losing during Mexico. Like what? Mexico women's national team went on a streak of undefeated, and we never tied it. We never tied it to Farmer, Aaliyah Farmer coming in, but now it's starting to make sense. Interesting, right? she held her opposition, that whole team, Trojans. Not only did they win the title, they held teams 11 shutouts. They held teams point under 8 point whatever 70. Okay. Damn, hold on, Aaliyah Farmer, nigga. Oh, this is starting to get a little crazy. So her club career is very young, obviously. July 14, 2025, Liga MX Femenil Tigres announced they signed Farmer with her first professional contract. She made her professional debut 2 days later as a substitute. We took a loss to Atlas. That was crazy. That was on May 21st, she scored her first professional goal in the CONCACAF W Women's Championship semifinal against the Portland Thorns, opening a 2-0 victory. Makes sense that Farmer broke that goal because she is. I think about that team because this is. Let me see what this was. Was this with Pedro or was this with Mila? Because don't. That's another thing. It's like this is Pedro's first season with Farmer, right? So I guess the last season Farmer had Mila, right? That's interesting. Because if that's true, that means Pedro he didn't sign Farmer. He just identified maybe a better position. I don't know. That's interesting. We have to go on that timeline. But she must have been looked after. She must have been a player they've been looking at. I imagine, because she played like 4 years in college, so they must have been looking at her. And she made herself known definitely in her last season. Obviously, she won the title. It says she started in the final 3 games later. Tigres lost again. Oh yeah, fucking Gotham. On September 12th, she scored her first league goal in the 5-1 win over Pumas. She helped the team win their 7th. Someone just wrote this today. LOL. She helped Tigres win their 7th record league title. In 2025, Apitero defeating Club America in an aggregate on a 4-3 aggregate. We should have lost that match, but I mean, once again, Mexico head coach Pedro Lopez gave Farmer her first call up during the Pittsburgh Cup. She got hurt. She got hurt. That sucks. She made her international debut on May 30th, starting and playing the full 90 minutes against a 2-2 draw against Uruguay. And then she scored her first international goal in a 1-0 win over New Zealand. So Farmer been doing big ones right now. Farmer out here. New Zealand. When was that? We probably watched one of the matches. Are we not surprised? Listen, Farmer. She low-key like the GOAT. Like her last season, champion. She comes to Mexico. Help the team get a 7-time champion. 7-time champion. Farmer, right? But like I said, she's 5'9", a center back, defensive midfielder, right? Let me see. Is this it? Oh yes, okay, this is the one I wanted. Okay, so 21 matches. She appeared in 21 matches out of 23. All right. This was this season. Now they didn't have any other stats, but I wanted just to compare it to Jenni, so it was just let you know how many matches. So Jenni appeared 23 matches out of 23 matches. All right. Maria Sanchez as well, 23 matches out of 23. So let me see if I can find Greta. Let's see how Greta was. Yeah, Greta started 22 out of 23. So Greta and and like I said, we didn't have Sabrina. Damn. She got hurt too early. That's fucked up. But Aaliyah Farmer, defensive anchor, nigga. Hold on. Yeah, let's see. I haven't looked through or picked any videos, so I guess I might just like go on. I think, what is this one? Oh yeah. Here's another one. I mean, there's so many articles. I'm not saying I've made multiple videos on Mexico's rise. I mean, obviously, you just gotta keep talking about it. Obviously, it is what it is. Because I mean, the currency's there. It's not like I'm talking about it out of like, oh, just to make it relevant. Nah, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, nah, like I watch my team play there, and we're doing big things. You know what I'm saying? Doing big things. We champions again. I'm celebrating. You know what I mean? You can't tell me how I can celebrate my win. We all fought. We all look. We all rode the ride. We all rode the ride to get here. Pedro's first season, we didn't know. We see, and we need. Listen, think about it. Monterrey winning twice. Tuza's winning one. It's like we needed to create some more distance too. We need, like, you know, after Tuza's one, it was like, yo, hold on now. Did y'all forget we was the best in the league? They had to remind people. But then again, Club America, don't act like Club America didn't have the team to get it done. That's the thing. It's not like we didn't see them score 3 goals in the first half. It's not like, you know, it's not like they couldn't had closed the curtains. So I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. It's not like we did not see that. Okay? So that's the thing. It's like, Club America frustrates me. It's like, what the hell is going on? Man, it's tough. It's tough to be a Club America supporter right now. I'm sorry. It couldn't be me. I'm glad it's not. I'm glad we get to celebrate. But anyways, in totality, we all get to celebrate. But if you're Club America, it's like, damn, listen, y'all know what it's like. If you had to see your teams lose, heartbreaking losses, like, you know how the pain I felt when I had to see Spain lose? Like, I think we all felt sorrow. I felt sorrow. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're probably like that if you're Club America. You're feeling the Spain sorrow because it's like, damn, niggas, we didn't get it done again. Like, damn. Like, I'm sorry. I'm thinking like that. I'm leaving. I'm out. What the fuck? Especially if you're a part of that team that's been with him and y'all went to final against against Monterrey twice. Or no, maybe not twice. Did y'all go twice against Monterrey and then Tuzas and lost all 3? Nigga, that's crazy. Okay. Anyways, and if you were part of those teams, I think Kiana was part of all those teams. Sarah's a part of all those teams. Like, I'm like, no. If you were only part of the 2 of them out of 3, all right, you might get lucky. But I'm just saying, this is crazy. You know what I mean, look, things need to change, America. Y'all getting to the final, but not winning. The rise of Liga MX Femenil, Mexico women's soccer working towards global relevance. Huh? This was an article written in 2022. I don't know if I read this one, but so this is hold on, Chivas. When was this, niggas? When was y'all on the mountaintop, Chivas? Huh? When was y'all when is Chivas making a comeback, huh? When is Chivas making a comeback? And then it's like, okay, how, like, you know, Monterrey have a good team with Ali Soto, Jermaine, Lucia Garcia. That's what I'm like. Monterrey, what? Look, I'm mad at Monterrey too. I'm like, why are y'all all flunked out? Y'all got good players. And you know what makes me mad? They fired Amelia too quick. That's the main thing that pissed me off. Anyways, Chivas, when y'all coming back? Because I want to get to know Chivas. I don't know them like that. I only know, you know, you got Yamielo, Cifuentes, and I don't even know the goalkeeper, homie. That's how kind of little I know about Chivas. So it's like, when y'all making a comeback? Like, when y'all gonna like make yourselves relevant? Like, y'all back here, y'all not capitalizing? But they're like, we still pulling numbers though. Did you see Club America versus us, nigga? I'm like, yeah, but like, it could be better. It could be like was Chivas on the mountaintop one time? I mean, obviously they were, but it's like, when was this? When was this Chivas team? And what did it look like? So that's why I'm like, all right, y'all need to get together. Anyways, Mariana, this was in 2022. Oh, snap. Maria Gutierrez, okay, head of Liga MX Femenil, smiles as she described the future she envisions for the league. Is she still a part of the league right now, this Mariana Gutierrez, or has she been replaced? Maybe. Let me see. I didn't even look into this. Hopefully she's still there. Because, I mean... Oh, that's her? So she looks like she's still active? Gotta put the face to the name. Because, you know, I don't really... Like I said, I'm an international observer. But, yeah, where was I at? Oh, yeah, over here. The bootleg article. What was it? The rise of Liga MX. Yeah. All right. Let me get. We'll read that a little bit. We'll read that article a little bit, but let's get to some more relevant stats right here. This is like this league. All right, this is this season. All right, bet. Historic. Liga MX Femenil breaks audience record in Apertura 2025. Okay, so y'all broke records. Okay, let's go over here. We pivot real quick so we can who. So y'all here breaking audience records. Y'all breaking your own records. The tournament registered a reach of more than 20 million viewers, surpassing the previous record by more than 5 million. That's a lot. I mean, that's growth. I mean, that's crazy numbers. Think about that. 5 million ninjas? Like, where did they come from? Huh? That sounds like a whole migration. That sounds like a whole shift. You know what I mean? And 5 million. And that's just the top. That was this year. This article was written on the 7th of November. Okay, the Liga BBVA MX Femenil broke its own audience record during the Apertura 2025 tournament, in which it reached a total of 20 million viewers in the 17 days of the regular phase. In a way, it's record the most watched tournament since the league's creation in 2017. Wow. According to official figures released by the league, the growth is represented at increased and almost 5 million viewers compared to the Apertura 2024, which had been the one with the largest audience with a record of 15.76 million fans. Okay. So from 15 million to 20 million. So that's the 5. The data confirms the sustained progress of women's soccer in Mexico, and consolidations. Oh Lord. As an increasing attractive product for television, streaming, and general public. The league is growing and the fans are still part of an important. The league is growing and the fans are still part of it. Important in the evolution of Mexico women's soccer, tournament after tournament, highlighted the press release issued by the Liga MX Femenil. Oh shit! Hold on, we got some. Ooh, look at this. We got pictures and everything. Come on now. Come on now. It's good to see your how good the league is doing, obviously. Some information. So this little article. Damn, we have to Google Translate. Liga MX Femenil, 5 million. So from the phase 1 to phase 17, how many people tuned in? Damn, look at y'all. 7 to start, 7 million to start, then y'all jump to 10, then y'all jump to 12, then y'all jump to 15. Now y'all all the way up at 20 million. Damn. That we stayed through all the way through the phases. It kind of starts off slow, how many people are tapped in. By the end, we all tapped in. All right. Don't know what it says right there. But okay, here you go. Oh, that's not it. Okay, here we go. Back to Google Translate. So, once again, the Liga BBVA MX Femenil attributed part of its growth to the diversification of transmission platforms, which includes open television, paid television, streaming services, and Foot Fem Donde Si platforms, and initiatives that seek to bring women's soccer closer to new audiences and strengthen its digital presence. This strategy has allowed the competition to reach not only traditional fans, but also younger audiences who consume the games on mobile devices or social networks, which significantly expands its national and international reach. While the 2025 Apertura Linguina is underway, the enthusiasm of the fans continues to increase. Stadiums registers better entries, broadcasts gain relevance in prime time, and the players are consolidating themselves as references for a new generation of girls and young people who see women's soccer as a real opportunity for development. Liga MX Femenil continues its evolution not only in sports but also in the media and commercial field. The combination of greater visibility, quality of play, and constant monitoring by fans has allowed the women's circuit to position itself as one of the most successful leagues on the continent. With more than 20 million viewers, Mexico women's soccer confirms that its growth is not a passing trend, but a reality that continues to break barriers and conquer new audiences. The National Classic, the most watched. One of the key moments of the tournament was the National Classic between Club America and Chivas, played on match day 11, which established itself as the most watched match of Apertura 2025, with an audience of 1.26 million viewers. Now, you know what I have to say about that? Is Chivas, bro, what was the scoreline? 702, almost a million. What is this? Monterrey and Club America, almost a million people tapped in. Just click the link. Click the link. Impressions. It made an impression. Subconscious, and that's all it takes. It just takes an impression. You don't have to watch it now. You can make an impression, come back later. You know what I'm saying? In addition, the general average per day was 336,130 views, reflecting a solid and growing base of followers who stay connected with the league week after week. Oh. Yeah, boy. Look. The stats is statting. Y'all historical. Listen, we tapped in. Look. I didn't really like this season. I wasn't able to watch the league as consistently as I wanted to. But when it was on YouTube, Tigres were on YouTube, I was able to watch those matches. And you can go back and watch replay right now. And then in the final, we watched from after, like, we watched the last match and then all the way through the final. I think we were all there. I didn't tap into other teams, but I was there with my team. So, I mean, I did my job. All right. Let's get back to the girl, Aaliyah Farmer, once again. There's probably gonna be some more stats I'll look at. But let's go on some. What we celebrating? All right, so I'm good with this. That's an interesting little thing. Oh yeah, we still got more articles to read, obviously. Ooh, what y'all already understand? The significance of Farmer already. Just me doing the stream. But it's very important her archetype be representing for Mexico. And her position is so key. Like I said, defensive, not an attacker. Because like I said, Mexico, we see all y'all attackers, but it's like, ooh, who can defend, right? That's a position. I mean, I don't even. All right, let's read this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, or let me see if I can find a video we can watch or something. Or can we watch the highlights of the goal or something? Ooh. Y'all killing me right now. I want to. Okay, let's look at this stat. Okay, yeah, because I was also while me searching for while me searching, Liga MX, just getting to know the league, right? It was like also getting to know who actually keeps up with the league. What stat websites actually keep up with the league and that are invested in women's football. Because if your website is kept up with Mexico Women's League, I think that's a proper website. I will fuck with you. You come back to you. That means you're in the trenches. You're covering something that should be normalized, obviously. Because so yeah, let's look at the stats chart. Look at the stat chart here. Obviously, 20. Top of the table. America took an L. And so, like I said, 20 million people tapped in, 5 extra million, 5x. The growth is crazy in the league. It says matches with over 2.5 goals, 64%. So you damn near gonna get 2 goals every match you tap in. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing wrong with that. And there was a crazy stat too that I saw that it was like 1 shutout. And I was like, damn, so everyone got scored on. Like there's no clean sheets in this league. Like that. You know what I'm saying? You could limit the amount of goals, but there's really no like they're gonna find a way to score. Everyone's gonna find a way to score. And so this is what they got right here for team statistics for this year. America, best attack, 69 goals. Worst attack was Puebla. 8 goals conceded. 8 goals. Worst attack, 8 goals, Puebla. Come on, y'all gotta get in the double digits. Y'all play 17 matches? Come on. Best defense, Tigres. 16 goals conceded. So that's not bad, but it's not, that's still high. What y'all think? Worst defense. Wow. Mazatlan, 58 goals. Oh, goodness. That's pretty high. That's pretty high, man. It says team with the most wins. Well, it was tied with Club America, but 16-16. So Mazatlan, they didn't win anything? Damn. Oh, they got to fire that coach. Y'all got to win at least 1 match. Out of 17? Come on. It says the team with the most draws was Suarez. So Suarez left lots of points on the table. It says the team with the fewest draws, Puebla. That's not bad. The team with the most defeats, Mazatlan, of course, obviously. Team with the fewest defeats. Dang, Tigres only lost 1 time? Wow. Once again, Charlene was the top goal scorer. And I was like, who is Maria Morales, right? When I was looking. That's Maria Sanchez? I had no idea. That was Maria Sanchez. There was another stat. Was it this one over here? Yeah, this one had like heavy stats. This website, makeyourstat.com. Yeah, these are some other because they had some interesting stats here too. Once again, it says most goals scored. Close was Club America, leads with 69 goals, 41 at home, 28 away, representing 11.8% of the goals all season. Best scoring average was Tuzas, reached 3.23 goals, 2.5 at home and 4.1 away. Damn, Tusa. Most conceded, Mazatlan, of course. 33 at home, 25 away. America, most corner kicks. Suarez, games without scoring was damn. Suarez had failed to score 5 matches. How is that possible? Tigres' highest team rating at 6.51. That's not that high though. But overall, once again, Charlene, 24 goals this season. And Maria Guadalupe Sanchez Morales. I didn't know that was Maria Sanchez full government. But shout out to her. 12 assists they claim. Emily Flores. 10 cards, girl. That girl was in trouble. Oh yeah, so this is what I saw right here. Most clean sheets. Espinosa, but she leads with 1 clean sheet. That's what's crazy. I was like, wait. So the most clean sheets was just 1? Ain't nobody matched 1. Nobody had 1 shutout. That's crazy. So that was one of the stats I wanted to show y'all. Wicked. All right, we read that one. All right, yeah, let's read a little bit more on Farmer, what they wrote about our girl, the defensive anchor. What did I name it? This title, anyways? Mexico breaks records. Yeah, once again. Aaliyah Farmer, this was on May 30, 2025. Aaliyah Farmer. Oh, let me translate. I'm about to read this in Spanish. Okay, Aaliyah Farmer, a Tigres player, debuted with the senior team. It's the senior women's team against a friendly duel against Uruguay. She received the trust of Pedro Lopez, not only for the call, but she did the starting team. She should be remembered that Farmer is Mexican American, and she was hired by the royal team for the recently completed closing, I guess, 2025, where she played 6 matches as a starter. Okay. In total, Farmer has accumulated 13 games as a starter, 5 as a substitute, and a total of 803 minutes. In addition to scoring 1, this is Liga MX and Champion Cup W. Oh, this is between Liga MX and Champion Cup W. Okay. Okay, let's look at this real quick, briefly. A Farmer.
My name is Aaliyah Farmer. Do you want me to say when I was young? If I win a game, a good cheeseburger and fries. My idol is Messi. Just because he's so good and just his passion on the field.
Caliente por el final. ¿Qué mira, bobo? Anda para allá, bobo.
The first person I told was my mom. She was just super excited. She was crying, and she sent me a picture of herself crying. So yeah. Worst picture. Yeah, it was in college. I look like, do you know the symbol for Jordan? The shoe?
All right, Leo, that's funny. She's funny. Yeah, man. Let's read another article. So, y'all, 20 million. Oh my goodness, I can't believe 20 million tapped in this season. Aren't we doing our big one out here? But also, I was confused. I was seeing articles like this too, and I saw Tigres Femenil win the most watched final in history in North America. And I was like, what? but this is the date. This is November 15th, but this is in 2022. This is when we, but y'all was, like I said, y'all most watched final in history. But look at the audiences for y'all. I feel like we were over here before, but we had 40K at this final, so we could do better in attendance. But y'all had bigger numbers. The biggest was that 2022 season. It makes me wonder who was on these teams, because it's like I'm like Club America. This is when they lost. Damn, Club America again. Monterrey Tigres 51. Damn, 2008. So we was in the 40 range. But Tigres, Monterrey in here 30, 40. So y'all made it 52. Azteca. Is that Club America's crib? Yeah. Monterrey, BBVA. The semifinals. Monterrey 42. All y'all showing up. And like I said, y'all stadiums are huge, so it's like y'all stadiums are huge. Because to think about it, it's like whatever they were doing before soccer was being played in that stadium, it's like when you think like whose infrastructure is this? It wasn't just like what other sports were really going on. Like it's crazy. What else we got? Let's back on Farmer. Back on the girl Farmer. But this was an old article, right? But it happened to be Club America and Tigres again in the final again. I don't know. Club America y'all got a huge fan base. Y'all got a huge fan base. But y'all need y'all need a championship. That's what y'all need. Y'all got the players, but y'all got the fans. Y'all just need a championship. Y'all need to win one. I want America to win one soon, but just not right now. I mean, it couldn't have been this one. Obviously, you had your opportunities. I do want America to win one, but it's like, damn. Did y'all's coach sabotage y'all? Is it over? Like I said, this one. It's another article from 2022. What is this one? Oh. Once again, Liga MX Femenil breaks audience records. With over 20 million viewers, Apertura 2025 stands as the most watched tournament since the creation of Liga MX Femenil 2017. But think about it. The most watched as a current date. So people are accepting it, people are welcoming it. And like I said, but the thing about it, it'd be different if this like y'all's increase from 15 to 20 is wicked work. It's like a huge, like I said, that distance should be what happened in between those times? Like what happened? Like that's crazy number. Is just because you give people accessibility doesn't mean they're just gonna watch it. You know what I mean? Just because it's available don't mean people gonna tap in. So what is it about that made people click to watch Liga MX Femenil over something else they wanted to watch? The Liga MX Femenil has reached an unprecedented milestone in its history with Apertura 2025. Let's see, hold on. So they're really crediting it to diversification of platforms, open television, paid TV, streaming services, and the official platform, Femenil Donde Si, have allowed more people to follow their favorite teams. So that's their play. They're like, we'll have it free, we'll have it paid, we'll have it streaming, we'll have it official. Everybody got it, so there ain't no excuses. And it's working out for them, isn't it? It's working out for them. Tigres are champions again, obviously. Obviously working out for them. Aaliyah Farmer. Hold on, let's. I wonder if there are Aaliyah Farmer highlights.
Sí, la verdad muy feliz.
Oh, is it the same one? This nigga había. Oh, looks like he just. Oh, let's watch this real quick.
Creo que fue el objetivo de regresar a Tigres, ganar más campeonatos. Bueno, sé que el estar y representar en Tigres es pensar en ganar campeonatos, así que la verdad muy feliz de poder cumplirlo otra vez más con este equipo.
María, te toca coronarte, bien dicen, por segunda vez, pero ¿qué lugar ocupa este logro entre los que has tenido a lo largo de tu carrera? Porque fue una final sufridísima.
Sí, creo que el trabajo en equipo me ha demostrado algo que es increíble de este club. Creo que el ir perdiendo 3-0 en una final en el primer tiempo es algo que muchos equipos no hubieran regresado, pero creo que eso te demuestra lo que es representar a Tigres, lo que son cada una de mis compañeras, la garra que tienen y bueno, más que nada, feliz de estar y ser parte de ese decidor.
María, te tocó estar como jugadora, como espectadora, de nuevo regresas aquí con el número 7 y se obtienen 7 títulos. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Sí, creo que es mi número de la suerte. Sabíamos que era el objetivo cuando regresé, sabíamos que, bueno, creo que hacen 2 años en que no ganaba un campeonato Tigres. Entonces sabíamos que iba a ser un objetivo muy difícil, pero creo que la mentalidad siempre la tuvimos y bueno, hoy lo cumplimos.
Este título del que tanto nos hablaste en la semana, ¿cómo te deja ya este triunfo sobre América, del que decías, le tengo cariño a los años que pasé ahí?
No, contenta, el equipo hizo un gran esfuerzo, un enorme esfuerzo, desde la 9 hasta todas las centrales, las laterales, hicimos un gran partido, sabíamos que iba a ser difícil, pero teniendo la localidad, teniendo a la gente, teniendo toda esa garra, esa pasión, se logró, lo disfrutamos, lo anhelamos y afortunadamente se nos dio.
¿Con qué certeza llegaron después de cómo levantaron ese primer partido? O sea, eso les dio, me imagino, un impulso especial.
Yo creo que fue clave. Obviamente fue un partido difícil, un partido que nunca te esperas, pero así sucede. Muchas veces no puedes dar por muerto a un tigre. Somos 11, somos 29 y nos agarramos juntas. Obviamente nos dolió, lo superamos en el segundo tiempo, unidas, y pues ahorita sabíamos que lo íbamos a lograr.
¿Qué hablaron ustedes como grupo?
¿Qué hablaron como grupo? Nos felicitamos ahorita.
Entonces, no es fácil la hazaña que consiguieron. No es fácil el reponerse de un marcador como lo hicieron en un partido, en un estadio complicado de visitante. ¿A qué te sabe este campeonato después de eso?
Me sabe a gloria. La sufrimos demasiado. Sufrimos mucho durante el torneo pasado, altas y bajas. Lo sufrimos mucho por muchos momentos, muchos juegos. Ahorita lo reconocemos, no fue fácil nada ni desde el año pasado, Nos sabe a gloria habernos levantado en Ciudad de México, nos levantamos aquí. No te puedo decir
¿Crees que
más.
el fútbol vuelve a ser justo con ustedes?
¿Cómo?
¿Crees que el fútbol vuelve a ser justo con ustedes? Porque en ocasiones anteriores también merecían el campeonato y se les fue de último minuto.
Pues yo creo que no es quien lo merece, sino quien trabaja para ganárselo. Obviamente nos ha dolido los torneos anteriores que no lo ganamos. Ahorita, obviamente, nos quedamos con esa espinita. El fútbol siempre da revanchas. En un futuro, seguramente pasarán otras cosas, pero nosotros estamos aquí y ahora y lo disfrutamos.
Levantan su séptimo título y además todo el buen torneo que hicieron. ¿Cómo te sientes? Estoy muy contenta, lo venía diciendo, orgullosa de mis compañeras porque lo dejaron todo en la ida, en la vuelta, y esto es el reflejo de una temporada que trabajamos mucho.
Tú fuiste la capitana de este equipo, ¿cómo te sientes de poder ayudar también a tus compañeros con esta mentalidad ganadora?
Me tocó llevar el gafete a esta Cris de capitana, esta Fanny capitana, y creo que hay muchísimas líderes en ese equipo hablando de todas, entonces contenta que también me arroparon y contenta de lo que he podido aportar. Emoción, creo que es por lo que tanto trabajas y el poder levantarla te llena de ilusión de poder regresar y levantar otra.
Greta, te sabe un poco diferente este título por portar esa responsabilidad de ser la capitana de un equipo que es histórico en México.
No, creo que me sabe diferente porque teníamos ratito trabajándolo y no nos había vuelto a tocar. Por eso tiene otro sabor, pero no por lo que me tocó.
¿Crees que el fútbol vuelve a ser justo con ustedes?
Creo que dejamos todo para ganarlo, entonces te digo, contenta con mis compañeras. Creo que sí es el reflejo de lo que hemos trabajado y feliz de poder levantar la copa.
Greta,
a mi familia, a mi equipo, a Dios, a mi novio, a la afición, a todos.
Greta, llorar porque, como lo he dicho también antes, pues son pequeñas superaciones que he tenido conmigo misma. Llevo mucho tiempo como trabajando el que no tenemos que demostrar a nadie más que a nosotras, el seguir por nuestros sueños, el seguir peleando por lo que quieres sin hacer caso a lo que digan o al que podrán decir. Y hoy creo que más que un título es una superación personal.
Jennifer, no has ganado todo en la Liga de España, un campeonato del mundo, también Champions, pero ahora en la Liga MX se te había negado poquito, pero por fin lo puedes concretar y es con Tigres.
Pues sí, tú lo has dicho. Ojalá me quede todavía bastante tiempo por disfrutar del deporte, del fútbol, pero como tú lo has dicho, el no ganar en México era una espinita que tenía ahí y qué mejor que con el equipo que, pues como lo dije, quería, ¿no? Y siento Tigres en el corazón y hoy pues estoy muy feliz de poder haber conseguido con estas compañeras que son la hostia. Y lo voy a decir alto porque me gusta porque soy campeona de puto México.
De este lado, Jenni. Toma agua. Toma agua.
Jenni Hermoso, campeona en Francia, campeona en España. Ahora, ayer mencionabas que no se te daba en México y hoy se te da. ¿Cómo te sientes?
Pues sí, muchas veces no hablas porque yo siempre digo que, no sé si aquí se lleva, pero cuando escupes para arriba siempre te cae, ¿no? Y creo que Tigres ha tenido un perfil muy bajo demostrándolo en la cancha y hoy soy campeona de México, que al final era lo que quería, lo que llevaba buscando desde que llegué. Y como ya lo he dicho, no hay Jenni más feliz que la que encontráis aquí ahora.
¿Qué lugar ocupa este logro, Jenni? Porque evidentemente tu palmarés es muy amplio, tienes muchísima experiencia, pero no sé si habías vivido algo a nivel de clubes, como hoy el Volcán, a reventar, gente que se te entrega, que te idolatra y que hoy te ve por fin con la gloria.
Sí, mira, el otro día lo pensaba y cuando me imaginaba finales no recordaba lo que pasaba antes, ¿no? Y he jugado una final de mundial y tengo muchos vacíos no existenciales ahí en medio y el otro día me prometí que iba a disfrutar cada momento, el antes, el ahora y el después, porque esto que he conseguido creo que más que un título es una superación personal. Me lo dedico siempre a mí misma porque creo que es muy difícil irte tan lejos y seguir consiguiendo títulos y logros y hoy me siento muy feliz porque creo que me he demostrado a mí misma que puedo seguir haciendo lo que me gusta.
¿Qué lugar?
Feliz, emocionada, orgullosa. No hay ningún lugar mejor que el Volcán. Siento que el perfil Tigre no solo es para nosotras, sino los 42,000 personas que llenaron este estadio. O sea, nosotras sentimos eso porque ellas nos enseñan. Entonces, pues, muy orgullosa de este estadio, de este club, de mis compañeras. Entregamos todo el corazón y
y bueno, lo logramos, entonces la copa se queda en casa.
Hoy es una noche histórica, ¿no? Para ustedes.
Sí, no, la séptima, o sea, histórico para el club, pero también para la liga, o sea, no, nosotras seguimos escribiendo nuestra propia historia, siento que todos quieren hablar de nosotras y hoy enseñamos que, pues, nosotras también podemos hablar.
¿A qué le dedicas este campeonato?
Perdón.
¿A qué le dedicas el campeonato?
No, hombre, el campeonato es para, pues, para las lesionadas, creo que para mí es un orgullo verlas todos los días entregando todo lo que tienen para regresar, para jugar con nosotras. Nosotras jugamos para ellas, entonces siento que eso es familia y pues este campeonato eso es para todas.
Te quedaste muy poco de hacer historia con la selección. Ahora eres campeona con Tigres. ¿Cómo te sientes al respecto?
Pues muy orgullosa estar de este equipo. Es un gran equipo y estoy muy emocionada de estar aquí y ganar este título.
¿Qué te transmitieron tus compañeras? Porque una final con un equipo que obviamente también tiene mucha jerarquía y mucho nivel como el América, ¿qué se dijeron antes de salir a la cancha?
Pues creo que todos sabemos que fue nuestra gol para hacer y todos sabemos que teníamos que hacer en el cancha y solo confiar en cada una.
¿Qué representa Tigres después de este logro de ver el volcán lleno, o sea, un estadio repleto que además es imponente? Hoy para ti, ¿qué representa este escudo?
Pues es un orgullo y tener todas
La cobra africana viene
también,
Pues muy bien. Va a ser
All right. Not bad. Oh, that was my video. Yeah, we got some vlogs. Okay, then we got yeah, more vlogs. Okay. All right, a lot of vlogs on everyone was in Mexico. You got people was in person live action recording their experience, which is good. Like I said, what else? I mean, Amen. Once again, but Aaliyah Farmer though, she gonna anchor. She helped. I mean, like I said, Jenni wouldn't get look as much as Jenni played, as much as Farmer did too. You know what I'm saying, defensively. And oh, hold on. Is it? Okay, yeah. Okay, I guess this is where it goes to the AI. All right, y'all ready for some? Y'all ready for some decodes? All right, let's get into it. I dropped one of the articles in the link about the the multi-platform, the paid because we need to understand this blueprint because they went from 15 to 20 and they're praising it. And we like it too, right? Did you not like it? I benefited. Tigres won. I benefited from it. So, anyways, we dropped the article. We talked about Aaliyah Farmer, her archetype with Greta. Obviously, Aaliyah being Mexican American, and Mexico has a lot of those players. Like it's a natural, like just normal, simple as it is what it is, which is great, which is especially in the realm of women's sport, women's football, to your advantage. It's an advantage. All right. What the article confirms and why it matters to the farmer archetype. The article reports that recent final Tigres vs Club America reached 2.88 million views across platforms, right? It highlights that the popularity and visibility of women's football in Mexico are growing fast. Streaming, television, and social media coverage are expanding. The league's growth, more views, more attention, greater cultural relevance, opens room for players with unique identities and archetypals, dual nationalities, and melanated backgrounds, crossover development paths to show up and be spotlighted. Why this matters Because as the environment, example, the league plus, I guess, Mexico's consciousness plus visibility shifts, the frequency field that governs who can manifest at high levels also shifts. The league's rising visibility means there is more energy, more eyes, more pressure, and that calls forth energy holders like Farmer and the defensive archetype. The social and institutional shift matches the architectural shift. Economics and institutional investments in women's sports, in women's football in Mexico is rising. The market is already valued in the hundreds of millions of dollars. Damn, hold on. Let's read this shit. Hold on. Not forums writing about y'all, Mexico. It says women's soccer in Mexico is a 300 million market. It says within only 10 years since the creation of women's league, there's already more than 200 sponsors who have invested billions of pesos. Barcelona will tour Mexico. Shout out to Barcelona. Listen. All right, let me get back. Well, we'll have to read some of that. But listen, the currency don't lie, nigga. The currency don't listen, nigga. 300 million, nigga. 300 million. Who is all that? Who is that? Who is that? Who's doing that? That's y'all. Y'all making $300 million out here circulating, just tapping into women's football, just watching the game. 300 million. The currency is real. People are investing. People are investing in the I would say what there is called women's football. Well, who play football? Women. Who are women? Oh, see, man. Oh yeah, man. Anyways, where we go? Wow, we have to read the chat. The influx of resources, media attention, and seriousness legitimizes women's football because also women's sports is like at the middle of the it's helping with the awakening, obviously. Because when the players play harmoniously, because they're under a microscope and pressure from the collective to play that way, it ultimately is like, well, this is what we're naturally supposed to do. And then it starts to break the grid. It's like, well, we're supposed to naturally play together already. And then when other leagues already do this, like Mexico, they've been waiting for this moment. They're like, man, y'all been waiting for authentic football clubs? We've been here. Come through, and we're visible. Look, you want to go through Apple Play Store Plus? Here, we got the platform for you. You want to go through Amazon Prime? Here, we got you for you. Want it for the free? Hey, we got you, my nigga. We got it how you want it, when you want it, however you want it, nigga. Hey, you want it? You want some Farmers? We got you, dude. We got you. Because Farmer's the first of her kind. Like I said, I've been tapped into Tigres, and I've seen the Me Official. Shout out to Me Official. She was one of the first mirror archetypes I had. I didn't know what I had until I had it. But Me Official was like our first sign. Like, yeah, nigga, like Me Official, nigga, the big fish. And then Canu, okay, Kgatlana. Now Farmer's y'all's own archetype now, and y'all needed a defensive anchor. So that's what's even more beautiful about her archetype. You know what I'm saying? And she's part of our team, Tigres. So I just think that's awesome. She could have went to another team. Like I said, she could have been through Club America. She could have been through Monterrey. She could have been archetype anywhere, right? Born through. But she came through Tigres, right? So it's very important. The most champion, 7 times, okay? So The influx of resources, media attention, and seriousness legitimizes women's football, which opens the door for more diverse archetypes, not just traditional Latina stereotypes, but the diaspora, melanated, hybrid, identified players. The league openness to foreign developed but Mexican eligible or dual citizen players increase, making it possible for someone with Farmer's background to not only make it, but to stand out meaningfully. So the external social / structural shift plus your internal spiritual / energetic reading of archetypes are aligning. Oh shit, that's what this means for Farmer and similar archetypes going forward. Because, like I said, she's a defensive player, right? And like I said, this is all through the realm of the football. How you play on the football field, homie. Okay? And this is energy behind the energy. But why it had to be Farmer and why it is Farmer, what Farmer represents, of where Mexico is heading. You see what I'm saying? Like, damn, you're like, damn, it's everything a mirror, damn near, like, you know what I'm saying? But we get to do it through realm. We get to experience the greatness of it through the realm of football. But we get to still watch the football, but also enjoy other things, you know? Anyways, what this means for Farmer and similar archetypes going forward. Because the league is gaining visibility / popularity, players like Farmer are more likely to be spotlighted based upon, me doing that already. I'm a part of that. I'll be spotlighting players like Farmer, celebrated, respected, reinforcing the archetype into the public consciousness. The defender archetype blueprint she embodies grounded, stabilizing hybrid identity, diaspora energy, becoming more visible and more allowed in the collective Mexican football identity. That visibility draws more players like her, more melanated defenders, more hybrid identity players, or dual nationals as we say, more spiritual aligned athletes, because the template is now seen. Like I said, Farmer here. It is what it is. And it seems like, with her being here, we got the 7 championship. Her playing 23 matches. Well, I think she played 21 matches. I think that's what we saw in the stat. Not bad, Farmer. This is her first contract with this team as well. A champion. And she's off a Big Ten championship. So, and her stats once again prove why she's a key archetype to Mexico going forward, and why we need that player. Why we need a player like her, anyways. All right, hold on. Let's see. Is this where I crack Indiviso? Indiviso. Nah, we don't want to talk about y'all. we do not want to talk about Indiviso no more. All right, hold on. I think that's it, bro. Now we gonna read a couple more articles, but I think I just wanted to remind y'all, Farmer was a key archetype that y'all will, and she's a what's to come, right? Just in defense, like think about just in the realm of football term, just in defense, you need a defender. Oh, this is where we broke down the multicultural aspect. Okay, remember this article we read? Okay, remember this article we read? Hold on, where is it at? It must be this one then. Yeah, here it is. Right here. Liga MX is right here. Multicultural. Remember? Because y'all had Brazilian, Spanish, French, South Africans. Just the same. Multicultural. Just like in the Brazil. Right? Don't they got them too? Don't they got them too? But somebody else was saying this. Not me. Hugo. And really, this was the only article we found on, let me see. Let's break down that multicultural shit. It says what the article actually says and why it matters. The article states that the final between, of course, Tigres and Club America had 2.88 million viewers across broadcast, streaming, and other platforms. Once again, it explicitly said that the Liga MX Femenil has become a multicultural championship, meaning it now opens its door to practically players from practically every nationality. In the same championship series, there were many players from many nationalities. Mexican, US, Spanish, Brazilian, French, and even South African, which shows the diversity of the league at the highest level. Beyond the final, the article also notes the overall growth in the regular season viewership. In the 2025 Apertura registered a record of 20 million viewers across the 17 match days, showing expanded interest and sustained audience, not just a one spike off. You know what I'm saying? Because of this multicultural growth, the fact a league becomes multicultural means players from diverse backgrounds, the diaspora, melanated, dual citizenship, now have a platform to shine at the top level. For someone like Aaliyah Farmer, a Mexican American, melanated, dual nationality, this environment doesn't just accept her identity, it benefits from it. The championship's multicultural status means the league values diverse athletic codes, heritage, and global football brains, not only traditional national only talent pipelines. This diversity creates room for archetypes, not just archetypal types, but energy types that break old molds. Defenders like Farmers, midfielders like or diaspora CDMs, attackers from abroad, and there's some one of them that already passed like a if you don't know the Canadian Awujo, she plays for Manchester United. Man, she's gonna be great. Anyways, like I said, I mean now we got, like I said, I didn't have a farmer yet. We didn't have a farmer yet in Farmer is the first of her kind. Like I said, we didn't similar to what's that player? Ashia Kamada that plays for Barcelona as a left back. She's the first girl, dark girl that I've seen from Spain play for Barcelona. Like they have Vicky and Salma, but this is one of the young girls. So it's like they're scouting wherever her region is at. They found her. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, the scout was attracted to an area where she was, and yeah, that's good. It's good. Cause she's the first. Like I said, we gotta give it up. We have to give the flowers to the ones that are the first. And because football is a mirror, you know what I'm saying, we have the ability to do that. We get to see that Aaliyah is that first player for Tigres to open up that pipeline for us, you know, for me to have even more connection to Mexico. I needed a more. We needed. For me, even personally, I needed I needed another archetype like Farmer. I needed Farmer to be mirrored back to me, if that makes sense. Because think about it, if you remove Farmer, you know, I'm a fan. I'm still a fan of Tigres, but now with Farmer, obviously, it helps. But hold on, let's read. Let's read about this. Let's read this. Look at this. This is a lot of show me the money. Hey, look at that. Women's soccer in Mexico is 300 million market. It's a 300 million market. Look at that. Bang, bang. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Hey, man, the ladies out here pulling in the currency. Nigga, they out here pulling in the currency. 300 million. Dollar, dollar, ooh. Dollar, dollar, bling, bling. Okay, look. It says with only 10 years since the creation of Women's League, there are already more than 200 sponsors who have invested billions of pesos. Oh my goodness. We love it. Show me the money. We love it. The commercial projects of women's soccer in Mexico are positive, given its growth ahead of the 2027 World Cup in Brazil. And like I said, look, everyone's on neutral ground when they go to Brazil. Look, you know what I'm saying? Everyone. That's why Mexico is key. Mexico's going to World Cup. Mexico's going to Brazil. There's already Mexico's going to Brazil, because like I said, I'm not like rooting for America, not like that. But I'm rooting for Mexico more than I'm rooting for America. 100%. Anyways, the commercial projections of women's soccer in Mexico are positive, given its growth ahead of the 2027 World Cup in Brazil. In fact, less than a decade after its creation in Mexico, the Women's League managed to capture attention and investment of around 200 sponsors, and in this period, sponsorships of almost $300 million have been achieved. Damn. According to official data, the company's soccer media solutions presented. Regarding audience, the last result reported by the Liga MX Women and endorsed by the Mexican Soccer Federation was 22.4 million accumulated views on digital platforms and television. The final between Club America and Tuzas in the last tournament reached 1.8 million views. In total, women's soccer grew more than 10% compared to the last tournament in 2024. And then this says Barcelona will tour Mexico. With the help of allies in Spain, the Mexican firm with 18 years of experience in the soccer marketing segment announced the visit of FC Barcelona to Mexico for the third consecutive year. In the summer of 2024, Barca squad will hold 2 games. Oh, so this is when they oh damn, they didn't even know who the team. Damn, so this was an article when they didn't even know who they'd face. But they just knew Barcelona was coming through. It says, despite it being the third year that we'll be doing this cup in Mexico with the presence of Barcelona, it is increasingly difficult to bring the Spanish team with all its figures. They are perhaps the best women's team in the world, and they want to see them in many countries. Fortunately, the relationship we have achieved with their boards gives us a preference, and they will come again in August and hold 2 matches. And I wonder, like I said, ladies, keep coming to Mexico. Like I said, don't go anywhere else. Keep, like I said, like, and that's the thing. Think about it. Now it's about on tour. Barcelona went on tour to Mexico 3 times. That's not a coincidence. They played the Liga MX All-Stars Name another team doing that. Name another team doing that on preseason. Other teams would never. They pretty much, nigga, you know what Barcelona did? But out of respect, though. See, this is what people don't understand. You know what Barcelona did? Barcelona was like, hey, look. All right, we want to play your best girls. You know, we already played, you know, the teams individually. Let's play your best. And no one took it as ego. It was like honestly appreciated because it was like, yeah, we get to showcase everybody against Barcelona. Another team would never do that. I don't even think another team, it'd be impossible to get the whole league's best 11 players against Barcelona. But it only happened in Mexico. It could only happen in Mexico. Right? 300 million. Look, with y'all 300 million, what y'all doing is good things. Once again, Barcelona, because like I said, when Barcelona come and play over here, they anchor frequencies. They leave coding. Especially, they don't just stay here. They go and travel, connect to the community. And like I said, we have Jenni, Spain World Cup champion that just won with Tigres. Once again, they are perhaps the best women's team in the world, and they want to see them in many countries, aka Barcelona. They're talking about Barcelona. It says the manager explained that women's soccer in Mexico has enormous potential for the future, but it already has established itself as a spectacle of great sporting quality. Totally familiar, and the players are aware of their importance of interactions with the fans, especially girls and boys. That is why more and more brands are betting on women's league in Mexico. We want to contribute our gain of sand so it continues to grow year after year. This is why the confirmation of the Champions Tour for the third consecutive year with Barcelona, which is this 2024-2025 campaign. Damn, they won everything. The company is also co-organized with the World Football Summit, which a couple of weeks ago organized the second edition in Mexico. And also, don't forget, Mexico is in the World 7 soccer. Oh, no, not Mexico. Tigres, my bad. Yeah, and they're champions too, so that's even better. This year, the headquarters was in Monterrey. Okay, yada. Wow. Hold on, there was let's see. No, that wasn't it. All right. Damn. Well, it's just growing. Y'all already started with 7 mil. Well, I'm curious what it. Y'all opened in 2017, 2016. 17, 12, 15. So from okay. Y'all had a steady growth because if they had the closing 2023, but we know that y'all came through in 2017, right? Something like that. So like 6 years, maybe so one a year. Yeah, makes sense. One a year to get to here to 7. That was like your 7th year. And y'all just been boom. After the 7th year, boom. 9 Now y'all all the way at 20 fucking million. Spectators. Hey, I mean, I think that's great because I mean sport is for everyone, obviously. And if you can get a fan that's not into football, you know, sport is let's say you don't have to be a sports fan. You could become a sports fan. All right. Do I think I'm done. I mean, we talked about Aaliyah Farmer, bro. I mean, I can read this article. Nah, that's too much. All right, yeah, that drive myself crazy. But like I said, Mexico, y'all out here doing y'all big one, as y'all should. And like I said, I got archetypes like Farmer to celebrate, and Kgatlana once again, and people are talking about y'all multicultural league, and the numbering, y'all doing good. Y'all have platforms securing. Tigres are most champions. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. Obviously, it's about producing good quality archetypes, get to know your league, get to know your team, develop the teams, and have a better competition and attract more players, obviously. Be a global, so with that 300 milli, what other currency can we attract? You know what I'm saying? So now that we know Mexico's market is currently minimum 300 milli, what influence can that do? You know what I mean? That's a lot. Anyways, man, I like this picture, yo. This was a good picture here. Well, anyways, yo, I'll see you on the next one. Okay. Let's celebrate Tigres until the season starts next season. And you gotta do it all over again, obviously. Deuces.